Go, a familiar sight, Vista Hardpoint, map 1 of this losers final. Winner moves on to the final matchup of the night. Loser, well, they go home one match short. That potential prize at the end tunnel here. Albeit, to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what the prize pool is, but one nonetheless. You're also looking for the pride, the joy of winning. Legend of Six Crimson. Actually, I need to switch the side. Sorry. Legend of Six Crimson. Off to an early lead. Scrappy with the beams. The snaps. Against Whole Family Esports. And well, familiar sight if you were here at the early parts of the stream. They have gone the distance. Dropping down from the winners round 1 over into losers. Battling their way up to see the losers finals, and one more to go. And they will see themselves at a shot at the chip. But here we go. We're ending the lobby. Don't really know why, but we'll hop back in when things get sorted. When we return after this quick little break. And off we go once more. Vista Hardpoint Losers Finals. All Family Esports going up to Legend 6 Crimson. The All Family Modern Warfare 3 tournament brought to you by Exalted Gaming. I don't want to say a very similar start, but somewhat start. Early lead for All Family, but slowly sort of swept under the rug there as P1 does get some control by the side of Legend of 6 Crimson. Not for long, though, actually. It is a little bit of a fight still on P1. Rahim gets taken down. Always Nile also drops as well. On the other end, it's a push over towards P2. These players do start to mount up a little bit. Get ready. Start swatting at the air, swatting at flies. Scrappy, though, finding 2. Make that 3. Man is on fire. Look at that. You're on a 3 streak now. Let's see if you make it any more. A few preemptive shots there. You have the player on the side. They're not expecting him to push that far over to the right. But Avery and Crazy also finding some kills in the mix here as well. As Justin falls, I mean, no real control, no presence really around P2. Is over towards P3 now. It is the side of Old Family Esports that does have the control. They're set up, ready to go. Rahim just a few friendly tags there, saying, "Hey, I know you're over there. I see ya." Up close and personal. Storm winning that gunfight, and big wins out of Legend of 6 Crimson as well. Avery on the side is able to get at least one, but you know, you're a distance away. Not quite able to reinforce your teammates' frontward push. That stun getting absorbed there by the trophy. You're able to find one by the bar. And it's a break to the side of Old Family Esports. And let Legend of 6 really have a good chunk of change there, you know, 15 seconds or so. Looking to try and take a lead here if you can. With a flank from Justin, yeah, you play for the point. Really, I think you try and play for the spawns, maybe 2 as well if you can get a kill, but it doesn't happen. You'd fall, you go down. Your teammates in position to push over towards the point here, over towards next, but his Old Family Esports with the setup. Always Niles able to find a nice little 2-piece there. And it's a lead over toward Old Family Esports, scrapping on the outskirts. Gonna be a little bit of a nuisance here. Noah's now, I mean, really just holding that bay a little bit, holding him back, and your teammates come from the back as well, but doesn't even need him. Just kind of slowly squeeze him out from the spawn. Niles able to find another one. I don't think you got a cruise on that, but you were certainly close, and certainly as an AR, doing what you needed to do. You know, taking those long angles, keeping cover fire over the objective, holding players at bay, and well, it is just a massacre over there as Legend of 6 gets wiped from the side of Old Family Esports. I don't know if not really able to touch the point at all. Maybe a brief tippy toe into it briefly, but not enough to gain control. We see ourselves flipping over to the next point. Always Nile, I mean, keeping things going. 12-7 to his name so far. Maybe making another one. Doesn't happen there, but certainly get Justin weak, and well, Crimson's able to hold on to the point for now. The question is, can they keep the control? They have the setup. Can they hold it? And so far, wave kills going their way as well. Sort of giving Old Family a little bit of taste of their own medicine there, saying, hey, you had us like completely held at bay. I mean, we just could not roll, could not get anything going on that P3. Or P4, sorry. We'll see how you like it on P5. Storm with the big 2-piece. Crazy, though, able to get the trade. Get shot from the back. Teammates watching overhead. Now a brief contest to be had, to be made. Crazy. Dropping out. There you go. No fear. Would have liked to see that second kill, but once again, it is trades back and forth. You go. P1 now up. Second set of rotations now underway. 127 to 98. Make that 100. As Crimson starts to claw their way back to a lead here. They can see it. It's not going to happen. A good break from the side of Old Family, breaking on to P1 so far. Storm pushing from rails on the side, and no one's expecting it, but you need to close out a kill. You need to get something. Nades, stuns, bullets whizzing by. Everything is going down. And it is Legend of Six through the dust, through the chaos. Able to hold on to P1 for now. They won't be seeing a lead. But you at least lessen the blow on P1. Still bring it within a little under 20-point lead now. And P2 popping up crazy with 1. Avery with 2. And really just Scrappy left alone to challenge that point. Trying to just full send it. Flying to the point. I mean, yeah, you're just going to get absolutely melted for sure off that. Crazy with a nice little angle, not letting anyone really hop in without being contested. And that's an unfortunate nade from AP as well. The team kill come through. I would have liked to have it, and you would have liked to have that extra player on the board on this push as well, as it really just turns into a 1v1. A little bit of support here coming in from number 2 though as well. Justin finds 1, maybe you line up another one. Team kills coming in, and well, it is crazy out here with the team kills. First over with Crimson with the nade, and then Old Family trying to shoot through a teammate. And P2, it was messy, but P3 now. Still a close game, and really only number 2 right now. Able to be a threat right now. There's gonna be Crimson just soaking up some time. Crazy down low being a nuisance. He's able to find at least 1. Maybe you find a second. Oh, peekaboo. Maybe you stick to that. Maybe you see that kill, but the nade's gonna do some damage. Avery able to get some kills for him as well, and where there you go, two pieces coming through. Some streaks also starting to develop here as well, as everyone is on almost 2 in a row except for Niall. Or Niall, I don't really know. Someone can correct me in the chat when I'm wrong about that. But nonetheless, still a big comeback for the side of Crimson. They don't have the lead, but you bring it within 5 points now. But this is a hill that you got completely locked out of, shut down. Can you break it this time around? That is certainly what you're going to need. You don't have number 4 set up in the back like he was before. And here you go. Everyone starts to fall. It's sort of a 2v2 now on the hill, on the objective. You're just looking for the trade. Can you get it done? The answer's going to be no. Those spawns going to be there for the side of Crimson. Able to get some long shots in to help protect your teammate on that objective. And now it's going to be Old Family looking to make the break happen. They have the numbers. They just kind of walk in there. I'm going to be honest with you. Not a whole lot of contest on that. And now a lead starts to extend just a little bit now for the side of Old Family. It was brought to be within a close margin. And it still is fairly close, relatively speaking. But it's an okay lead for the side of Old Family here. You break down on that, that point. You hold Legend of Crimson under the 200-point mark for now. And you have a good break there on the point 2, and well, here you go. Things starting to heat up now. 215 to 199. Still 30 seconds left to be had on this point. Old Family, they can't win it on this objective. They can get pretty close. They can certainly try to make that way. They only have to really just have a brief few second toehold on P1. But 2 go down for the side of Crimson. Scrappy hopping into the point briefly. But it's P1 where the attention should start to turn, but with both points being relatively close together, Don't need to be too concerned for a rotation. They're just... oh, I thought for a second there. We're going to be right next to each other. Storm. We're just chilling on the point, just hoping your teammates get some good, decent kills, get some cover fire going. Storm drops. Gets caught by the angle there through mid. Scrappy was one that's stunned. That's not going to help. Storm left. Pretty much a 1v1, and he wins it. The challenge from number 1, Avery. Or sorry, number 3. I mean, you just kind of hope you were going to win that gunfight, but losing that one. Now the rest of your team tries to push in, reinforce the objective. It does not happen. Now it's 238 to 231. The P1, it's still up and active. No one can win on this point. Sorry, actually, whole family can win off this point just briefly. Number 8 is going to have to go for a contest. Even if you just fly in and you die, if you can just delay that point for another second or two. Yeah, there you go. It does end up going that way, but now it is just a run over to the point and no one's there. Too much commitment over towards P1. No one's set up on P2, and that's going to end the map 1. Whole family esports coming away with the map 1. And look at that, 250 to 233. The Legend of Crimson is going to have to force the map 3 now. Whole family off to a nice hot start. $233. Whole family esports. The hometown team leading the series. But it's a close one. Just like the winners finals is not over yet. And we've seen old family, I don't want to say, well, I guess they did kind of choke their first round, their first matchup. But they fought hard to get to this point. And an early lead certainly puts them in a good position. They just need to close out a Karachi hardpoint. Stay away from that S&D. But we'll see how things turn out. How they go? Sorry, I don't remember any being DM'd about map 1. What was map 1? Oh, sorry, map 2. Yeah, Karachi. It's not that one. It's this one. There we go. Don't know what map 3 is yet. We'll come to that. We'll get to that if and when we need that. But first, it's Karachi hardpoint. Whole family. They win this. They move on to grand finals. Legend of 6 Crimson. Your stay in the tournament ends possibly here. But off the bat, there's an early lead for the side of Crimson. And yeah, I'll stay that way there. A brief valiant effort from Old Family on P1 does not happen. There's thought for a second maybe there were going to be a couple points on the board there, but doesn't happen. They could have completely shut out of the P1. 40 seconds even going to the side of Legends of 6 Crimson. Whole Family Esports still nothing on the board, and now it's a P2, and this one can be a difficult one to break. I don't think it's the hardest hill to break out of all the hills on Karachi, but certainly if you get posted up, Karachi is one of those ones where if you get set up and you have everyone in position, it's, you know, a solid 40 seconds you can gain. I mean, we saw that in the P1 even. But it is Crimson off the early lead. They're looking at that Vista and saying, hey, if we're not bringing our A game, we're out of here. So they are showing up here so far. Almost at the 100-point mark. They will be falling short of it by the time P3 pops up. But if you're the side of Full Family, you don't want the Legends of 6 team to have control. have the spawns, but they do. And you have to go for the break. You have to get some big kills. I mean, you just need to get a point on the board, really. You start to get the kills that you need. You break in. You hope to get your hard point started. Legend of 6, a very early lead. Almost like a jump start. Number 4 starts to come from the back. To find one, able to get the second there as well. And now you're crossing those double digits, something you very desperately needed. But it is short-lived now. 11 points to 100. Crimson. They're just tossing around Old Family Esports here. Just for the top tip to get one, and maybe a second as well. It doesn't happen. And well, this hill in particular can be a mixy one. I mean, we saw this in the early games as well, where this one is not an easy hold. Well, you know, those big runs almost not guaranteed on this. Legend of 6, though, they can, I don't want to say full send it. They can kind of have the choice to let this hill go a little bit, really just making sure you have control over the Junkyard Hill. There's 25 seconds left still on this point, and Old Family, if they get all 25, they'll still be at a deficit, but be within about 50 points of your opponents. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. There is a little bit of a push over towards that hill. Nile drops there, and while his Junkyard hold so far, everyone for the side of Old Family going to be going down. Crazy really last one up, and well, you see AP at the top, and unfortunately the player down low will catch you off guard there a little bit. AP, I mean, just running around there. I mean, he's overextending himself by far. Now is able to open up with one. You start to make a break, maybe possibly happen. You get the one player by the stairs. You kind of go around. It is a 1v1 around the point. There you go. Always Niles able to get that. Some brief reinforcements there from the side of Legend of 6, and they know Niles back here, but now getting the beat down just like that. Fists are flying. Always now eventually gets caught, but he certainly tried his best. Scrappy, a big gunfight there as well. Oh, looking for the second. Does get it done. Does get caught though. And it is looking like a very brutal hardpoint still. We go into the second set of rotations. Old Family. Slightly better look on the P1. You're able to get some points on the board. Last time around, you had nothing on P1. It was a 40-0 lead by the end of P1. This time around, you're able to get at least something on the P1. But you are going to need a big turnaround here in the map. Well, it could start on the P2 control as well. I mean, you would have loved to get a majority at the P1. Don't think you got it. But you set up for next. Or you try to at the very least. It's looking like that's not going to stay true for long. There's Legend of 6 Crimson with control over to P2. And they had this last time around as well. Scrappy with a brief little angle there. Shots. Not able to get a kill through that angle, but certainly injured some players for the side of Old Family. But they're able to break in, actually. Despite being tagged very heavily, they're able to win the trades, win the gunfights, break onto P2. There's still 30 seconds left to go on this. You just try to see yourself digging yourselves out of the hole. At least get out of the 100-point mark. Now on the rotation, unfortunately, unfortunate timing, getting caught by number 5 there in the spawns here as well. Over towards P3, going to be the hands of Crimson. Old Family Esports need to break P3, and they really need to break every hill. They need to do everything. They need to get the time, the break, the rotations. It's a decent looking break, though, from them. Crazy a big win on the 4 streak as well. And well, if you get a cruise, I don't want to say that'll be your get out of jail free card at this point, but it can certainly be a decent asset to make the comeback happen. Old Family Esports, they're not out of this yet. They're still holding on to hope. Scrappy, though, just kind of ripping it away. Solid 2-piece out of him. Does secure some time on this hill, but it has not been the major holds for the side of Crimson that we saw on the first set of rotations on the second set. Still, big breaks overall, probably getting majority of the holds here in the second half. It has not been as dominant of a half as we saw to begin with. But the effort from Old Family, the question now becomes, is it too little too late to sort of go toe-to-toe? Kind of even Steven here with Legends of 6. As it's Legends of 6 with the 100-point lead. To the gap. It's been kind of stalled at around that 100-point mark, though. Hasn't been any huge advances, but Crimson, I mean, they can just kind of slowly but surely just sip up points here and there and come away with a win. There's some gun battles going down the Junkyard Hill so far for the side of Old Family. That's where they're putting their cards at. Where they put their bets. At the end of that point, the Junkyard Hill now in control of Old Family Esports. But the question is, can they hold on? How long will that be? Storm breaking them down. It's just down to number 2. Crazy left alone, but now a crew is being called upon because of course they have one. Looking at that scoreline, Crazy's trying to get out of the way. AP with that. You do have the spawns in the back, and you do have some information here. Crazy's able to at least get one. Do you get the second? You do. I don't know how you're able to get away with that, but you do. And that allows Old Family to keep the pressure on. That cruise and investment from AP does not pay off in the way you wanted that to. There's a brief opening there, but it does not last long. There's number 5 still staying alive. Scrappy on that point does fall. 10 seconds left on the objective, and just like that, now Legend of 6 forced into a third set of rotations. Old Family Esports, though. There's a very thin line that they're walking to try and stay alive, stay around. Always Niles able to find 2. Able to go big on the point, though. The elevation control. AP is going to be at the top third right now. Avery's going to challenge that. He's going to win it. Justin, though, able to get the trade. Reclaim some control. As he hops in. He needs to win the gunfight, but it's not going to happen. It's just an absolute bloodbath. Everyone just flying, whizzing by the hill. Eventually, Crimson with some control, but they've only gotten 3 seconds on this P1. And Old Family, I mean, they're slowly getting back into this. They're still 100 points down. But again, you're keeping it that way. You try and make that comeback happen. I mean, Crimson, I mean, P1, you thought they would have won it there. That is just not the case. P2 now being forced. Old Family Esports, they had a good break on P1 to start things off. The question is, P2, can they do it here as well? Can they change the tide, change the storyline? I don't think that's going to be the case. There you go. The slide in, trying to keep the dream alive in the map 2. Does not happen. Crimson able to close out that map, but honestly, arguably, that went like 3 hills too long. We see ourselves with the tied series. 250 to 159 will be the final score line of the map 2. But now into an S&D, and you kind of look at the way the series is going, and you start to ask yourself, who really has the advantage in this matchup now? Is it Crimson? Will they keep that sort of foot on the pedal there heading into the S&D? Or is that kind of turnaround that we saw from the side of Old Family Esports? Are they going to be able to sort of start off on an even footing? But we'll see how things play out. You look at that scoreline on the Karachi and you say, hey, Crimson, they should get this one easy. But at the end of that, it was Old Family Esports really holding on for dear life. And although that comeback is not an easy one to have, I think you kind of ended again at that sort of even footing where both teams kind of went head-to-head at the end of that. But we'll see how things play out. Map number 3. Don't know what map it is, but hopefully it's just as exciting as sort of the last two have really been coming up when we return. Alrighty. Map number 3 we go. The final one of this best of 3 series of the Old Family Esports Modern Warfare 3 tournament. Again, presented by Exalted Gaming here, and it certainly would not be possible without him. And roll right off the bat. Big kills. Even bigger kills. Old Family just ripped apart in the map 1. Right off the rip in round 1. Sorry. Map 3. Round 1. Well, we'll see. We'll see how things go. That is just the first round of... We can guarantee at least a 6. Legend of 6. Keep up the momentum from the hardpoint. I mean, the early start of the hardpoint on Karachi, it was just Legend of 6 Crimson just walking all over Old Family Esports. A little bit of a late resurgence from Family Esports, but this time around, I don't think you can afford to have that happen. You can't go down too early in a series. So once that damage is dealt, it is very, very hard to come back from it. But a few kills going either which way. See yourselves with 3v3, but the bomb is planted. Time is ticking. Well, it's now trying to get up close and personal. And well, here you go once again. You see those trades as well. AP forced to run away, but you're just beating down a teammate. I mean, you're forced to run away into another gunfight and somehow come out on top of that second engagement. Crazy. Yeah, you don't have Daddy or Ninja or whatever the perk is. I forget what it's called in this one. There you go. Now 2-0. An early lead starts to form for the side of Crimson. Well, winning the first offense and the first defense so far. The Old Family left in an early spot to respond. And Justin not even scared. The stun doesn't even phase him. He's going in for more. I mean, I don't know if you saw. I think you did. Yeah, you did see the other player there going crazy. Crazy left alone. Also going crazy now too. Finding the 2-piece. But the aggression is there. Legend of 6, clearly. They are not scared to run at Old Family. They think that they have the advantage. They want to keep the pressure on Old Family. Crazy, a nice win there. And now down to a 1v1. You're looking for the ace. If you're crazy now, AP... He might challenge this, and Crazy saying, hey, come at you. Come at me. I dare you. Stun. I think Crazy's going to see AP. AP, I don't think going to see him, and he clutches the 1v4. Or what seemed pretty much like a 1v4. I think technically it was more like a 1v2 at the end of that. But the ace, nonetheless, it's given to him. Crazy making the big plays that you needed. But you're going to have to keep that up. That is for sure. Legends of 6 Crimson still with the lead 2-1, but that is a big round for the side of Old Family Esports. Still keeping it close. Keeping it within arm's reach. Legend of 6. We'll stick on Crazy for a little bit here as he's on that 4 streak. They're looking for the possibility of a cruise. Trophy's going to be out, absorbing all that utility. And they say, Crazy, please don't do it with the pistol there. And life advantage. Crazy finishes what he started. Looking for maybe one more. Avery's going to get that kill, and now things are falling apart for the side of Legends of 6. Bomb now starting to be defused. It's AP left alone trying to clutch up. Doesn't happen this time as well, as he falls. Is an tied S&D now, 2-2. Both sides taking 2 rounds in a row. This time, looking a lot more promising for the side of Old Family, that's for sure. It could have been a 3-1. Not for Crazy in the round 3. But improvement, progress, going toe-to-toe. While not allowing Crimson to walk all over you, and well, you start to turn the tide of the series as well. For AP's sake, I'm just try not to be the last one alive. Put in almost unwinnable situations. Crazy opens up with the first blood once more. Scrappy drops. That is going to be the screws as well now for Crazy. Crazy does get caught, but I mean, he's done some damage. Again, he has that cruise. He at least was able to get one before. AP is going to be trying to track down this player with the bomb here. Right, I mean, he's running away. He has no clue that AP is tracking him down and following him, but he's been so elusive. Eventually, AP gets a clear line of sight. And now it's a 1v1. A little bit of redemption if you're AP. You don't want to lose 2 1v1s in a row. Oh, and you do. 3 rounds straight now. Side of Old Family Esports. It's just AP just left alone in 2 1v1s, 1 1v4. Fortunately, the ice not there, but still a tricky situation nonetheless to be put into. Now the dust settles on that round. We go again. Scrappy finds the first blood onto Always. Nile there, and well, Storm finds one as well onto Crazy, shutting that player down, and he's been a big one to shut down too. Now it's number 4 left alone. Avery, your time to clutch up on that 5 streak, but not going to happen. And now 3-3, thing is tied up. Still a few more rounds to go. But if you're the side of Old Family Esports, honestly, you want to win 3 rounds straight here. You just want to close it out as fast as you can. You don't want to see yourselves on the round 11. So far, they are 1-1 with those, at least that we've seen. I don't know how the other matches have played out. We've only seen two S&Ds, 2 kind of series from them. The other end, Legend of 6. The first time that we've seen an S&D, I think, from them. Although, again, I think it's the first series that we've seen from them? Yeah, first series. Second series we've seen out of Crimson. And a Storm left in a 1v2. You're going to see the trophy, opt not to shoot it, and that's a very wise move. I think that was a jump maybe you were looking to catch. The player top there is going to spot you. Bomb was being planted. That would have been a good kill to get there, but just like that, Whole Family Esports, the S&D, showing much more of aggression, sort of toe-to-toe. Yeah, a map like just mode like S&D in general. A lot more time to think, you know, you're not constantly having to consider rotations and stuff like that as often. It's more or less between rounds you regroup as a team, you know, you talk things out of your play, and then you just kind of send it, and all those mid-round adjustments, you have more breathing room to regroup. And number 1, I mean, you're gonna be in a nice little spot. No one's gonna be coming in to check for you either. Crazy finds the first blood onto Scrappy. Number 4, Avery's going to win that gunfight. For number 4, maybe hop the defuse, maybe not. Smoke tossed about. The defuse starts to come through, and yeah, there's some kills. Oh, that's a bad time to turn around, but it doesn't matter the defuse. There's enough time to get it done. The other players for the side of Crimson there, just too far away, not quick enough to react. It is now 5-3, whole family. You do have that haunting memory from the winners round 1, but this time you look to close it out. Crimson has to go 3 rounds straight. First blood goes for him, taking down AP. A cruise being called out as well now. I'm assuming that's from Crazy. Yeah, it's gonna fall down, make a big splash. Takes down Scrappy. And now it's a 2v4. This should be it, but we've seen a couple crazy plays in the S&D, so we're not calling it quits yet, but it's certainly a dire situation on the side of Crimson. Justin trying to get out of it. Maybe not the cleanest movement there, but you do make an exit. And you drop Storm left alone. They know exactly where you are. They push you. They get the kills. And they will move on to the grand finals. Old family. Don't let a repeat happen. They close it out 6-3. Don't let that hardpoint map 2 discourage them. They come out stronger in the map 3. You look at that, 6-3 in the S&D on Karachi. You have your seat at the grand final table. That's not the right score. I clicked the wrong button. Oh, here we go. 6-3. Old family advance in the old family tournament. Is what you want to see as well, to be honest with you. The hometown team, basically, making it to the grand finals. We'll see if they have what it takes to get it done. You take down Legends of 6 in a 2-1 fashion, but you face up against Pulse Blue, I believe. Who, beat... They were the ones who beat Crimson. They sent Crimson down here, so... Even though you win that, still you see maybe a little bit of a disadvantage heading into the grand finals, but nonetheless, you're resilient, and we'll give you that. Anyway, we're going to be setting up the next matchup, get things set for that. And well, better buckle up because it has been a bumpy road here, but surely we'll have an exciting conclusion. Coming up next, the final matchup of the night when we return